Alright, YouTube. It's been a while since I've done a movie. That's because there's some things that went on. But we're gonna go ahead and get this vid up, you know. We're gonna do an unboxing today. But let's get down to some things. That Modern Warfare beta week 1 was trash. Huge disappointment. They messed that perk system up so bad. It's Modern Warfare 19. There's nothing different. They reused the same engine because they thought they were going to integrate everything with Warzone. But they still found a way to integrate with Warzone, as in, once again, all the other options go downhill. Everything takes a backseat to the afterburner for Warzone. Multiplayer was not fun. As this is Modern Warfare 19 with the bad stuff we didn't want. Dead Silence is still a perk. Well, not a perk, excuse me. It is a field upgrade. And guess what? They found a way to make more field upgrades without using the field upgrade term. That's why perk 3 and 4, being the good stuff, are all field upgrade types. And that's right, you gotta wait till they become activated. And it's one-time usage. These are completely useless, especially in modes such as Search and Destroy. Yeah, garbage. And what do they say? We don't care. They've broken things that were never broken, and they keep looking for more things to break that were, like I said, ever broken. They don't know how to make Call of Duty no more. They don't. Because these games ain't Call of Duty worthy. So that's, what, 4 or 5 games in a row that's just been horrible? Yeah. And on top of that, I went ahead and thought this was going to be a nice thing to do. I went ahead and grabbed 2. That way I could open up one, keep the other one sealed. Just to find out there's only 30 cards in here. And the hollows are the biggest thing. So there's no nice trainers, nothing big, nothing hollowed out, nothing like special wise. There's 10 hollows in here, but that's it. There's like nothing of the big stuff in here. That's sad. They really took us for a loop in this one. Huge letdown. Just like the holiday, whatever box they had, the holiday calendar. That was terrible. This is also terrible. And these are the holiday promo stuff. Yikes. So, anywho's, what do I have for y'all that I wanted to do an unboxing for? Well, I finally got something from Limited Run Games, and it's a book that I open up the books and read, so I'm not gonna keep you sealed. There's a plus and some negatives, so let's see what exactly we got here. We got the little replica of the Super Nintendo cartridge, but it's metal. Got some weight to it. There's nothing in the middle part. It's just a nice little, what you want to call it, paperweight. I don't know what the point of this was. This was completely put in to raise the price and nothing more, because this is just butt ugly. You can't put into the Super Nintendo, look at it. It's just, what is this? It's not collectible. It's paperweight. You wasted resources to make this for no reason, just to bump the price up. And this is volume 1. But because it took a whole year just to make, gee, it was delayed twice, and I just don't know. I don't see this getting put over to volume like 3, 4 to finish it off or whatever. They may make a volume 2 because these things sold out, but they checked the price up, and I don't know. So what is the other negative I had? Well, one thing, I didn't think it was gonna be this big. Well, if you see here on the bottom, and let's get that glare right there, it's damaged. I think maybe that cartridge, that paperweight, put some weight on here while it's being sent over, and it put a dent in there. Yeah, it's like a dent crease. It's damaged. I hate that because you can't ask for a replacement because they're limited edition, collector editions. And they meant limited editions for real, so they're all sold out. I'm not even going to bother sending an email. So let's see what's actually in here. And the collector's edition, and I said it's just limited. Comes with a certificate, a poster, and a nice little slip cover. Well, I said the slip cover's damaged. It's a wow. Here we got Mine was number 191 out of 1,000 made. Got a little autograph. I don't know why I would want to be autographed, but okay. But here's the certificate of authenticity. It would have been nice if it was Kojima who signed it, but I mean, I guess. We got our little poster here that shows off all the goodie. I don't think I'm gonna fully open it, but we're going to open it to a point to see. Bam! Get you the idea. These are the Super Nintendo games that came out, I think, in '91. So that's what that poster looked like. I'm not gonna put it up. Back in the days as a kid, I put this on the wall. So it's nice to make something to bring that nostalgia. Feel back. But here we go. Everybody else got this, just not the slip cover or the certificate or the poster. So that's what we get for the extra stuff. And that cartridge. Yikes. That cartridge, like I said, I'm still wrapping my head around what that was used for. I did try to get the Virtual Boy edition, but it sold out the day before I bought my stuff, so yikes. Hopefully somebody got a decent price online, but because it took a year and how much these things cost, I'm pretty sure it's going to be overpriced. So let's go ahead and get this webcam over so we can see we can get good. I apologize for any clutter or whatever I got on this. There's a lot on my desk. Alright, let's see. Alright, not bad. Could be a little bit better, but I mean, can't really do much there. Can I? Yeah, I can do a little bit better. There we go. I got the microphone here, so like I said, bear with me. I gotta open this up, see how much room I have. Not much. Let's see, there we go. So you get a better idea of what's in this little booklet. I like collecting video game books, definitely. Especially when it's just like, brings back a lot of childhood memories. So look at that right there, yeah. Can we get both pages at least, Mike? That's the best we're gonna do right there. So I'm not gonna do every little page, but definitely got some good reads here. It's kind of weird. If they should have made a book, it should have been at least maybe a book width, instead just wide. I don't know. That's just my little opinion. But definitely got a decent amount of pictures on here. But definitely got some good reads. And like I said, this is just volume 1. This is stuff from the '91. Hopefully we can get to some of these pages I really wanted to talk about. But definitely bring back Final Fight was a great game. Definitely for the SNES. Dragon, I had this game and a lot of people didn't know about it. It's like one of the first RPGs SNES I ever played. And let me tell you, when these little snake enemies came out at night, I hated the music. It scared me as a kid. And I just kept dying to these things. I didn't understand it. There was a certain objective in a castle I couldn't understand how to complete, so I really didn't get far in this game, but man, it was a pain in the butt, but it wasn't bad. I just wish I knew more what to do. See, it was like kind of these things here, but a snake that bounced back and forth, and it just destroyed my characters. I would always try my best to save a few steps, and then, if these things come out, to restart. Let's see, there's a bunch of good stuff on here. There's plenty of pages to get in here, plenty of pictures. Definitely, that's something I like. I hate stuff that got one picture to just show off one game. I hate those type of books. So there's not too much in here. Like this, I said, first couple games wasn't much, but I mean, hey. When we saw the improvements of the SNES over the NES, definitely. Populous was another one I tried my best to get a hold of. as a kid. I think I maybe rented it once, and then I could never find it again. But it was unique. Definitely unique game. I never got a chance to play Ultraman. ActRaiser. This is my game. When I first rented this, I said Draken was the first RPG out of the Super Nintendo I played, but when I got a hold of ActRaiser, I'm trying to think, was it ActRaiser or Soul Blazer that I first played? But either case, ActRaiser 1 is that had the much better impact on me. Soul Blazer was great too, but ActRaiser, oh man. I wish ActRaiser 2 had some of the elements as the first one, but they decided they were going to be more of the action one, like here, where you play with the character instead of playing a god with SimCity type elements. That's something I wish, ActRaiser 2 did. I always hoped there was going to be an ActRaiser 3, a sequel. We did get a sequel, that was kind of a reboot or a remake, and to me, it was okay to play, but it just didn't have that impact feel. It just wasn't that grand I was hoping it to be, But it was nice somebody put it out, Unfortunately, the developer himself had passed away, and we got a few games. But man, I could imagine what kind of games he would have put out if he was still alive. Man. But like I said, this game here had a huge impact on me. And is there another game where I already passed it that I wanted to talk about? Well, we definitely got Final Fantasy 2. I only got one time to rent this game. I wouldn't get to play it until, these little emulators came out. So Final Fantasy 2 I really wanted to play more. I didn't get my best out of because, I think it was a 2-day rental instead of, a 5-day like some places. So let's get to with the other one. Or did the other one come out on a different year? It came out on a different year. My big one was Final Fantasy 3, or 6 if you want to call it, but 3 was the one that really wowed me for what could have been done, But look, there's a lot of pages and title. Man, I can't wait to read this thing. Kind of expensive for what they wanted, but for what they included. I just wish they did more than just a replica of a cartridge. Super Ghosts and Ghouls. I've actually beat the whole game once, but when you find out you had to play it a second time through, I never got past it. It was a little bit too hard for me, and I've only did it once. I've tried coming back to it, and it's you really gotta memorize what goes on here, But at least I did better here than I did with the NES, right? But boy, this thing was really hard. This had some difficulties on here. And that brings back some memories here. In fact, I actually take that back. It's the NES that I'm thinking of. I beat the first walkthrough of it, but then when you found out you had to redo it all over again, I couldn't redo it again. I couldn't get past the second thing. At the time, I didn't have no cheats, or the action replay, or what was not action replay, is Game Genie. I didn't have that. My friend had a Game Genie, but not me. With Super Ghosts and Ghouls, I don't know how far I got. I think I got pretty far, but I never beat it as well. These were like some hard games. Like the difficulty was like up there. But boy, once you finally got to that boss, well, yeah, I think I got to the boss. I just never beat him. That's probably because I used cheats to get to the boss. I still couldn't beat him. Yikes. Here we go. Super Off-Road. This had a nice impact on me with the NES. So when we got Super Off-Road for the Super Nintendo, yes, this was the game. My friend Leon had this, and we really, really played this like for a while, like about, I think, until Mortal Kombat came out or something. But like this was one of our to-go games on here. They had more than one person could play. And there was some great memories there. Super Castlevania 4 is just like Super Ghosts and Goblins. I've got pretty far into it, but once again, I've never beaten this game. Maybe I should add some cheats and do it. I know some of these games I went online and watched other people beat, but me personally, there's some hard games I've never beaten. Batman on the NES was a fun game, but I don't think I've beaten it. I don't think. Lagoon, another RPG I've early ones I've gotten to play. Some good memories there. And it's not the best RPG, but I used to get all the RPGs I could, and try my best to play them. Believe it or not, there was a super highlight. And it's just like highlight of the NES to a little bit better visuals, but that's also another game I couldn't get far in at all. I mean, like, these games, RPGs they showed here, I got pretty far, but nah, highlight, I didn't get far at all because I didn't like the fighting mechanics of it, running up on people to fight, instead of like having a button to press, you just run into people that's not your face to face, and you would just get slaughtered sometimes. So 90 and 91 was a great moment for SNESs. And I got a nice little memory as well because I didn't think I was going to get a Super Nintendo. That's a complete surprise. It was hard for me to get an NES, right? And I got that during when I think like a couple months, like 86 I got mine or something. Like it's been out for a moment because we went to a, what you want to call those things? It's not a, goodness, a yard sale. Yeah, you don't find yard sales like that over here nowadays. But there was a kid there. He saw me. He was like, "Hey, you want to play Ninja Turtle something?" He talking about figurines, and he was like, "No, no, no, it's a video game." I'm like, "What's a video game?" I seen Donkey the arcade type of games at the time, but never an NES. This is my first time seeing an NES, because I was kind of a sheltered kid. My mama just like, I didn't have a good childhood, okay. But first moment I saw an NES and you could play Ninja Turtles, oh wow, we had fun and I didn't want to leave, because hey, you're at the art sale. It's only minutes, somebody want to sit there. So my mom was like going there. That's when that lady, she pitched a pitch to my mama like no other. Like she was the salesman. She was like, yes, they into these games. You don't, they stay to the game itself and don't bother you. And that's something I guess my mama really loved. She loved hearing that. And surprise, surprise, I had got an NES. But the way I got a Super Nintendo, once again, I knew when this was going to come out, but I really didn't know much about it. My sister, she ended up, working with the school, getting a good job. Her husband was a scientist, and she had a nephew. My nephew was like a few years younger than me. Because my mother decided to have me at a late age. So my sister pitched it. She was like she was going to get a Super Nintendo to Alex, and I guess she talked my mama into it. So we both got Super Nintendos that year. And surprise, surprise, it was when they recently came out. We had the two controller ones, so both of us got that. Unfortunately, on Christmas Day when we opened it, I was sick. So I knew I got the Super Nintendo, but I went straight to bed because I was sick, like badly sick. I mean, like you have headaches and throbbing headaches and just nasty stomach feeling, and yeah, you can't really see well. That's what I had. I had to the point if you raise your head, everything just got spinning, and yeah, it was a bad fever I had. Okay, so I didn't get to play with it on day one like my nephew, but I think like the second or third day, I felt a little bit better. I was still sick, but I got to play it a little bit before I think I passed out on it. So that's a good Super Nintendo memory I had. Now the PlayStation, unfortunately, would be the next system I would get afterwards. It's not unfortunate; it's just what I sacrificed to get it because we did that Toys R Us deal, turned in 10 games, and I took good care of my stuff. I still had the booklets and manuals and the outside box and mint conditions, and I was giving up some good stuff such as Super Metroid, Donkey Kong Country, Mortal Kombat. I mean, like it was part three, but like I had like these mint conditions, and then the person I went to Toys R Us, he was like, "Hold up, you giving these away? Are you sure?" I like, "This is the only 10 stuff I have." I like, look into the bucket. What do you see? Nothing but Super Mario, Super Mario Brothers, Super World. Super Mario Brothers. That's what was in there. A lot of them in bad condition, but people was bringing in. I didn't know you could bring the same type of games, and I could maybe ask in the neighborhood and got some, but here I am having the whole boxes, mint conditions, and I had to watch him dump it all in there. At the time, to get a Super Nintendo, I was like, I'll make that sacrifice. Well, not excuse me, Super Nintendo, but for the PlayStation, I'll make that sacrifice. But boy, do I regret it now. So this was just a quick memory I want to share, stuff I wanted to show off, you know, what the Super NES works look like. Took, I think, over a year to get. Don't know if I'm going to do a second volume or if they're going to do a second volume because it took over a year to get. I'm hoping to find, like I said, the Virtual Boy version, but I'm not going to hold my breath. But boy, look at that. Nasty, nasty imprint. Damage. So I just want to show what I got. I definitely get this video up. Hopefully you enjoyed. Please leave some likes, some comments. Definitely hit that bell to subscribe, and always enjoy.